Hello! In this video, I will explain and show you how to use smart hardware components in practical design. JoinerCAD has a new functionality that will allow you to easily and quickly place hardware components, control them when needed, and update the model when geometry changes. With the model update, the state of the inserted components will be automatically updated, depending on the specified operating logic. In JoinerCAD Design, we have added a new directory, Smart Hardware, where we have put all the components that have the described operating algorithm. If you are already a JoinerCAD user and you already have the JoinerCAD Design project, then you can download the smart hardware items from our GitHub page, the link to which you can find in the description of this video. For further work, I will use a new example, a modern bookshelf, which is also embedded on GitHub, as well as the other new examples from the JoinerCAD Design project. JoinerCAD has 3 new features on the main menu ribbon: Attach Smart Hardware, Smart Hardware Refresh, and Changes Parameters. And if you expand the Joint menu, you will find another command, Map Parameters, which is used to describe the component. So moving on, I run the Attach Smart Hardware command and select the Graphics S20 component from the Smart Hardware library mentioned above. Using the Boards to Connect command, I specify the panels that I want to connect using the selected connector. This hardware requires you to specify the direction in which the inserted hardware element will be positioned. In this case, it will be a vertical panel. Finally, I click OK, and the system inserts the selected component. As you can see, the lower and upper panels are connected to the left-hand pillar. Now I will do the same thing on the other side of the shelf. As you can see, the graphics components have been placed on the right side of the shelf as well. I select the Lamello Biscuit connection component from the Smart Hardware library. I specify the left side of the shelf and the 3 shelves that are adjacent to it. Note that this component does not require an orientation direction, so I can click OK immediately and the system will add the hardware components. As you can see, all the components have fallen into place. Next, I will follow the same insertion steps, but on the right-hand side. I select the Confirm At component from the library and indicate to connect all the shelves into one. Confirm Mats are placed in the indicated positions. I select the Lamello Clamex component from the library, which is designed for the edge side connection type. For more information about the connection types, please see our next video, the link to which is provided in the description of this video. For the connection, I specify the top of the shelf and the top shelf and define the direction. As you can see, the component is placed and the tightening connection hole is facing the direction indicated. I do the same with the button panel of the shelf and the bottom shelf. If we have already inserted components, but we want to change the parameters defined in them, for example, screw length or size, then we have to use the Change Parameters command. I start the Change Parameters dialog and select the lower Clamex connector. I then specify in the dialog that I am changing the side offsets from 60 millimeters to 50 millimeters. When I click OK, the connectors are moved sideways by 10 millimeters. I do the same on the upper connectors. The file is saved for further editing. If geometry changes are made, then the inserted hardware will no longer correspond to the changed situation. So a refresh operation is needed to redo the calculations and adjust the inserted components to the changed situation. In the Fusion 360 Software Parameters dialog, I find the depth parameter and change its value from 300 millimeters to 340 millimeters. Clicking OK gives me a list of errors. These errors are due to the fact that the changes in geometry mean that the hardware components no longer correspond to the real situation. I go back to the JoinerCAD environment. Click on the Refresh button in the menu ribbon. The system automatically updates the embedded components and adapts them to the changed geometry. Now I'm going to do a sculpt operation to see how the holes are formed. I have isolated the left-hand side, and as you can see, it has holes made to match the Rafix and Lamello Biscuit components. Finally, I will take a look at one of the shelves and check if it has holes in it. I will also isolate it from all the other components. As you can see, it also has holes in it. Finally, it is safe to say that working with the hardware components has now become much simpler and faster. Good luck!